Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of ROM Building. Today we are continuing where we left off. If you haven't seen the series before, we essentially are making a Fire Red ROM where we improve all the Pokemon that are less viable and make them more viable and playable, and essentially Fire Red more fun, making all Pokemon viable. If you haven't seen the other episodes, make sure that you do. We sometimes change typings, sometimes we change stats and abilities and level up movesets. I believe last episode we finished with Gyarados, so let's go ahead and get started. So next we have Lapras, already good Pokemon, Water Absorb, Shell Armor, getting some pretty good moves at level up, Sing, Water Gun, Icy Wind, Fair Song, Body Slam, Mist Ball for some coverage, Ice Beam, Rain Dance, and then Hydro Pump. Overall, Lapras was never really bad. As you can see, it has a base stat total of 535, just very bulky and decent stats besides speed. We felt like this didn't really need to be buffed, just a better move set. Moving forward, we have Ditto, which looking at Ditto, there's not a lot that you can do for it. You could obviously increase its HP, but we thought we'll just do a slight increase HP just by 2, see what happens. But we also made transform +5 priority, meaning that Ditto will always transform first, so it could transform into the enemy type and then hopefully can survive a hit, and then the following move turns and do something about it. Next we have Eevee. Give it a new ability in Natural Cure. Overall, just give it some really basic Eevee type moves until it evolves using the stones. We switched Umbreon to evolve via Moonstone and Espeon via Sunstone. Going through the evolutions, we have Vaporeon with Water Absorb, Water Gun, Ice Fang, Bubble Beam, Toxic, Icy Wind, Wish, Rain Dance. Essentially the bulkier of the few, but still has really good special attack. Jolteon, Volt Absorb, Double Kick, Thunder Fang, T-Wave, Rain Dance, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Thunder. Dark Pulse for some coverage. Looking at Flareon, I believe we swapped its attack and special attack because fire is special in this game. Dig, Fire Fang, Will-O-Wisp, Sunny Day, Flamethrower, Crunch, Fire Blast. Pretty solid moveset. Looking at Espeon, kept Synchronizes ability, kept the same stats. Magical Leaf for some coverage, Psybeam, Icy Wind, Light Screen, Psychic Fangs to break enemy screens, Morning Sun, and Psychic. Then we have Umbreon, which is obviously very, very defensive. Has Nightshade, Faint Attack, Toxic, Poison Jab, Crunch, Moonlight, and Protect. Pretty standard Umbreon. And then moving on from this point, we have Porygon, which we actually made pretty interesting. You obviously see that Porygon stats are very buff. That is because this is Porygon 2 stats essentially in Porygon, and then for Porygon 2 we essentially put in Porygon Z stats. So for Porygon, obviously there's no Eevee Light in this game, so we want this one to be the bulky one, so we're teaching this one some decent like variability moves. Icy Wind, like drop speed, Facade, maybe if you tried to burn it, it'll do more damage with Facade. Recover, obviously, Toxic, Amnesia, Protect, and then Zap Cannon. And then looking at Porygon 2, it obviously becomes a beast. Yeah, there we go. Giving it Porygon Z stat, you have very high special attack and attack stat, so it can use both Psybeam, Headbutt, Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball, Extrasensory, Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Hyper Beam. Very, very good moveset. Obviously, has a bunch of coverage, and overall its attack and special attack are very good, so it can use any of these moves. And yeah, that is essentially Porygon, so those are definitely viable now. Then we have Omanyte. Looking at Omanyte, Swift Swim, Shell Armor. These are standard abilities. Rock Throw, Water Gun, Mudshot, Ancient Power, Octazooka, which is now a Water type Charge Beam. But we were trying to look at it today, trying to figure out if we can get that correct, because right now we're having some problems with it, but we'll see. Ice Beam, and then Hydro Pump. Looking at Almastar, Icy Wind, Giga Drain for some coverage, Rain Dance to set up for the Swift Swim, Ice Beam, Crunch, Cosmic Power, because why not, Mirror Coat, and Hydro Pump. Then looking at Kabuto, we have essentially same abilities, except this time he's getting Aqua Jet, and more physical type moves since Amistar is special. Kabuto is physical. Amistar will get better water type moves, but Kabuto will get better rock type moves. We have Bulldoze, Leech Life, Ancient Power, Crab Hammer, Iron Head, and Rock Slide. And then when it evolves, you get X-Scissor, Slash, Rain Dance, Iron Head, Rock Slide, Superpower, Counter, and Head Smash. Even though it doesn't have Rock Head, Head Smash, and Swift Swim will still do a lot of damage. Moving forward, we have Aerodactyl, which we made Rock Dragon this time. Dragon being a rare typing, so it's always nice to find a Pokemon that is good for the Dragon typing. Looking at its movesets, very spread out, but Rock Throw, Dragon Breath, Dual Wing Beat, Rock Slide, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Head Smash. I believe we did alter Aerodactyl's stats slightly, did we not? Yeah, we definitely increased its special attack. I think that was it. We decreased its speed to increase its special attack. I think we gave it 10 extra as well. But yeah, that's essentially because dragon type moves are special in this game, so it definitely needed a buff in its special attack stat. But overall, we'll still be putting in a lot of work. Then we have Snorlax. Snorlax is a very simple Pokemon. Thick Fat, Immunity, always solid. Roll Out, Belly Jump, Headbutt, Bulldoze, Shadow Punch, Ice Slam, Slack Off, Fire Punch, Iron Head, and Hyper Beam, just for some coverage moves. But Snorlax was already good, so we felt like we didn't have to change much, just its level up moves. Then we have Articuno, Pressure, Ice Flag. Most of the time, the trainers will never be receiving legendaries before the end of the game, so this is mostly if I want to toss these on Elite Four teams or etc. Really hard trainers and such. But quickly going over the movesets, we're just giving it Hurricane, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Muddy Water for coverage. Hail, and then Blizzard, pretty standard. Zapdos, Thunder Wave, Dark Pulse, Drill Peck, Thunderbolt. No Hurricane for this. Instead, we're giving it Drill Peck because it's the best out of the three birds. And we have Moltres, has Superpower because that's pretty high attack stat. Sunny Day, Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Heat Wave, and Hurricane. So those are the three birds. Then going into Dragonair, or Dratini, excuse me, we have Shedskin, Thunder Wave, Headbutt, Aqua Jet, Bulldoze. Eventually getting these dragon type moves, but we'll go on because technically it would evolve. Then you have Twister, Iron Tail, Dragon Breath, Poison Tail, a lot of coverage here. Drill Peck before it evolves, Dragon Dance at 53. Then looking at Dragonite, we have Hurricane, very strong, coming off this 134 attack stat. Dragon Claw, which is obviously special, Fire Blast, Blizzard, Thunder, Hyper Beam, and Draco Meteor. Even though it doesn't have crazy high special attack, it's still very usable and just giving this thing a lot of options. Dragonite has always been that pseudo where it's like it's good, but it's not like crazy good. So even given this coverage, it still won't be crazy good. And then looking at its ability, Marvel Scale makes the most sense. It's definitely not multi-scale in any regards, but it still kind of matches the dragon theme. Then finally, we have Mewtwo with Pressure, Confusion, Thunderbolt, a lot of coverage, Recover, Superpower, Psychic, Calm Mind, Future Sight. Essentially, the players aren't getting this until the end of the game anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Then looking at Mew, we have Dark Pulse, Transform, which I thought would be really cool, Flamethrower, Metronome, Psychic, and Ice Beam. So yeah, that is all the first 151 Pokemon for this ROM. You will be seeing a test run of me and my friends. It will just be on my screen, but we will be doing a test run for the first couple of gyms, testing out all the move changes that we did, all the type changes, seeing what's overpowered, what's not. We did it today, but I will post it after this, and it's gonna be a long video. I'll try to edit it if I have time, but I may just toss it out as a full long video. Feel free to skip through it, but there are a lot of funny moments in there because there are some bugs that I messed up with. So yeah, make sure you check those out, and thank you for watching this video. Interested in looking at the tools, I'll drop them in the link below. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.